We're coming to the end of this season of asking some really important questions. Spending time with others, exploring who we're becoming and what God has to say is definitely time well spent. So let's take a few minutes and think back. Think about the way the relationships with your people have grown and developed, endured challenges and celebrated big moments. So many times friendships and connections emerge that would have been hard to even imagine just a few months ago. Thank God, just in this moment, take a moment and thank God and for all the relationships that are being formed. Think back across all you've learned about God and Jesus, his character and his plan. Remember what discovering more about him has done in you. Maybe it created more curiosity, an eagerness to know him, and hopefully some peace that he's got us and he has good things in mind. Think about how you've responded. The way that doing what God is saying has brought a fresh experience of God into your life. Recall some of the times God showed up for you as you lived out your commitments. Remember some of the times it didn't go quite the way that you thought it would, and how even in that, God met you and helped you forward. Think about all that God has been doing in you as you see your faces in places. Remember the times you got to share what you're experiencing with others and retell the story to people that you know. And even the opportunities that you missed, but now you're more aware of them because we're paying attention. I bet there's a lot to learn from and build on, and a lot to celebrate. It's easy to put our head down and keep going, but it's also really good to be and helpful to pause, to look back and celebrate how far we've come. When we do, we get the sort of courage and confidence to keep going that we need. Spend some time together reflecting and celebrating what God has done so far. And then talk with him and with one another about what's next for each of you. Like, think back, are there any obvious next steps that you know God is inviting you to take, but you've just been a little hesitant for one reason or another? Maybe something that occurred to you for a number of weeks, like learning about baptism, inviting some other family or friends to gather with you in a group like this, or like a habit that you want to incorporate in your life, something that you might need to limit or eliminate from your life to give God more space. Don't let this gathering end without speaking it out loud and asking for some support from others. Or maybe you just need to speak out loud, each of you, the ways in which you're going to order your life differently because of this season together, to become the sort of person God is inviting you to become. And look ahead for your group. Take some time to talk about what's next. Some different ideas might be to attend Discover Canyon Ridge together and look across what a healthy church means and how your group can look more like that. Maybe it's looking just beyond the edge of your group and saying, who can we invite in to join us? Or better yet, how can we pair up and form multiple groups to invite people into an experience like this? Can still support one another along the way, but we want to bring life to everyone all along the way. Finally, I just want to take a moment and pray for all of us. May the things that God has shown us sink so deeply into our hearts and souls that they find their way out into our calendar, habits, priorities, and conversations. May we catch a vision of the people God has created us to be and order our lives to live into that daily. May the relationships that we're forming with God and one another give us all the courage and support we need to walk with confidence and peace. May we all live and share with others courageously and receivably with the people that we see in the places that we go so that others might come to know life with Jesus. And may we live out our calling and see groups of people multiply across our friendships and relationships so that we all experience life with Jesus and showing the world how amazing he is. In Jesus' name.